How do you become more content with what you have and not so full of desire? We all want stuff. I mean, yeah, some of you are ascetic monks out there that live off of 1 grain of rice a day. But for the rest of us, we want goodies. Now obviously not all desires are equal. Things like food, water, and shelter we need, but you don't really need a PS5. Okay, I do though. I mean, even our needs can be scrutinized. Cause we need food, but you don't really need a surf and turf meal when you only got $6 to eat. And the commercial world we live in doesn't help, with advertisements being able to turn a frozen meat patty into a 5-star burger. So how does one reduce the amount of desire you feel in this world? Well, there's probably a lot of financial answers to that question, but philosophy can help you out as well. The philosopher Epicurus knew how to keep his desires in check. A large chunk of his philosophy revolved around eliminating pain while not necessarily indulging in excess pleasures. The cry of the flesh, not to be hungry, not to be thirsty, not to be cold. For if someone has these things and is confident of having them in the future, he might contend even with Zeus for happiness. Zeus seemed annoyed though when I read the Iliad, but whatever. So Epicurus has some practical mental exercises that he talks about, which are documented in the principal doctrines and in the Vatican sayings, and you can easily apply these in your life to help combat desire. So there's 2 super easy mental practices that you could apply in your life right now to fight those feelings of desire whenever you see something you want but probably shouldn't get. And by menstrual practices, I mean, mental, the damn typo, screw it, I'm keeping it in the video. By mental practices, these are simply just thought exercises you could do, so it's free and easy. So practice number 1 is to reflect on the things you already have. Now I know, you start thinking about Thanksgiving and being thankful, but maybe that just sounds too conventional of advice. Well, Epicurus puts a little spin on it. One should not spoil what is present by desiring what is absent, but rather, reason out that these things too were among those that we might have prayed for. So instead of the general and vague advice to just be thankful, instead think about the things that you have right now that used to be those objects of desire. Maybe it's a new shirt or a really good meal. Now think back to before you got that thing and the intense feelings of want and desire you might have felt. And then next think about your present feelings towards that thing. Not as intense anymore, is it? I mean, just be realistic with yourself and ask yourself what greatly changed in your life as a result of getting that thing. Clothing usually doesn't result in amazing change in your life. I could see a new and insightful book doing that though. But let's be honest, you probably buy way too many books that you haven't read yet that have yet to make an impact on your life. But food, I think, is the ultimate offender of this. Cause you might have had a really nice luxurious meal, but once you consume that thing, it's over. That's not to say that you should never treat yourself to something good once in a while, but if the goal of food is to eliminate the pain of hunger, you don't need caviar to do that. That being said, I guess food experiences are a thing. You know, when you're in a new place and you want to try the local cuisine? That experience could be lasting, I don't know. If you travel far away but just go to McDonald's and eat what you eat at home, that's just kinda sad in my opinion. Unless they have those country exclusive items, I mean come on. So reflect on what actual changes the things you desired have played in your life. The second suggestion by Epicurus is similar to the first but focuses on future objects of desire. One should bring this question to bear on all one's desires. What will happen to me if what is sought by desire is achieved? And what will happen if it is not? Alright, this might require a bit of imagination on your part, which could be difficult at times. But let's say you're at the mall, right? The worst place you want to be if you want to combat desire. Besides maybe a Cinnabon. You see a killer shirt, it's really clean, but it's also $50. Now try to imagine what life would be like for you after this purchase. This is a very dangerous game you're playing though, because you could trick yourself into buying the thing. You might think, oh, I'll buy this shirt, then Maria from accounting will notice me, then we'll go out and get married and I'll live happily ever after. When in actuality, the most you'll get is probably a, hey, nice shirt, and that's it. So you gotta remember to be realistic. Hell, just to be safe, be extra pessimistic about the whole thing. Instead of assuming you're gonna get a compliment, assume no one would give a shit. Hell, assume someone would actually say it's an ugly shirt. That'll help deter you from spending that $50. Now those are 2 points to combat desires when it comes to something commercial or financial. But what if you desire a person? What if you're infatuated with someone that, for whatever reason, you don't want to be? Like maybe it's your boss or someone at work. Well, Epicurus does have advice for this, but I'm kinda mixed on it, and you'll see why after I read the quote. If you take away the chance to see and talk and spend time with the beloved, then the passion of sexual love is dissolved. So here's my thing. Yes, I agree, but it's incomplete. Just putting some distance between you and the person you're into is a step in the right direction. But just doing that could backfire because distance makes the heart grow fonder. So here's the thing. You gotta be working on some other project while you keep your distance. This could be romance related, like you could be pursuing someone else. That's a tried and true way of getting over someone. But you could also put all your mental energy into a hobby or a passion project, something you could really get behind. Replace one unwanted desire with a wanted desire, a desired desire. Well, there you go. Hopefully these mental exercises help you deal with an excessive amount of desire in your life. Don't thank me, thank Epicurus. Although his lazy ass isn't editing this. If you enjoyed the video, then like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. And with that, I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day.